Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'll be setting up my bullet journal for October and we are doing a ghost theme. Though Halloween isn't really like that big of a deal where I live, I've been wanting to do this theme and I'm glad I did because it turned out really cute. We are starting with the cover page and I am drawing these cute ghost doodles. This month's setup actually didn't take that long to do. I was surprised by how quickly I got everything done. But even though it didn't take as long as I expected it to, I still filmed it over 3 different sessions because I didn't have the time slot where I was free for like 3 hours. So you'll see the change of scenery later in the video. I picked mainly 3 colors for this theme: purple, orange, and yellow. I feel like purple and orange are very popular colors with spooky themes like these, and I added yellow in there as well. I used a mixture of Mildliners, Tombow dual brush pens, and Crayola super tips. I did the October title in this bubbly font and filled it in completely with black. The last 2 months I also did a bold black font but in different styles. I guess I really love the solid bold fonts. After I have the letters written out, I'm adding these lines, kind of like a drop shadow but not quite a drop shadow. They are just lines that are randomly placed next to the letters, following the curves of the letters. And I then added some sparkles. I love drawing sparkles. They're just fun and easy to draw. They're a great way to fill up empty spaces and it adds a little something to your drawings. I also added these white highlights on the letters themselves. Again, these are randomly placed and I don't really have a strategy of where to place them. Moving on to the calendar spread. For this month, I am doing a 1-page calendar spread and putting it to the left of the cover page. This way I get to see my cover page more often as I flip to the calendar spread quite regularly. I am starting out with drawing the calendar grid with a fine liner, and I actually messed up 2 of the lines here, which I will come back to fix later. I think my brain is trained to be like unbothered by mistakes in my bullet journals. Mistakes can often be fixed and I am human and I can make mistakes. It would be pretty weird if I went through an entire journal without making like a single mistake. At the top of each box, I'm just making little circles for the dates, alternating between purple, yellow, and orange. At the top of the calendar, I'm just lettering just the first letter of the days of the week in the same style as the October title. And at the very top, I am doing more ghost doodles. They are super quick to do. I think that's the reason why I'm able to get this month's setup done so quickly. In August, when I did the Studio Ghibli theme, that took so long because there were so many details I had to pay attention to. But these ghosts are just blobs with arms and a face, you know? I then went back to add some sparkles and white highlights to the letters, like I did with the October title on the cover page. Moving on to the mood tracker, and we now have our first change of scenery. We are starting off with the title in the same bubble style, and this month I was really struggling with coming up with a way to do the mood tracker. At first I thought of doing tiny ghosts outline and coloring them in different colors, but I imagined how that would turn out in my head and it looked kind of weird, so I scrapped that idea and went with kind of like a coloring book style. So I am drawing the ghosts holding different items and having different accessories, and each section will be numbered for each day in October, and it will be like a little coloring book. Coming up with 31 little sections to fill in was super fun, and I am glad I went with this idea. However, at this point in the video, my hands were cramping and was super shaky. I was running on very little sleep and a lot of caffeine, so I was very Here I am just writing the numbers in each of the sections. The ghosts themselves will be kept white. It is just their hats and the things they are holding that will be in different colors. I picked 4 colors for the mood tracking: an orange, a yellow, and 2 shades of purple. I made these circles under the mood title and drew little faces in the circle. The next spread we are setting up is the habit tracker, starting with the title again, and this is when my hand shaking problem got really bad. It had the worst possible timing because I had to draw many straight lines for the mini calendar on this spread, and I would like my hands preferably to be still and not shaking when drawing straight lines, but I pushed through and just went with it. It didn't turn out as nice as I wanted to, but that is totally fine. You can see how wobbly these lines are. I was getting really frustrated with myself, but yeah, I tried to keep them as straight as I possibly could, but I was so jittery, I couldn't control my shakiness. I did 5 mini calendars for 5 habits, and in the space that is left, I am drawing another ghost with a pumpkin on its head and wings. I don't think ghosts need wings to fly, but maybe it's just his or her Halloween costume. I then added drop shadows to the boxes, and we are done with the habit tracker. Hi there, a second change of scenery in the video. I drove to my favorite milk tea place, and this is where I'll be finishing off my October setup. The smell of tea while I was filming this, so good, so good. The last 2 spreads I'm going to be setting up are my study tracker and exam timetable. October is the month that I will have my midterm exams, and I need a place to write down what I need to study, when I need to study, and when my exams are. So we are starting off with drawing 5 pillow-shaped boxes. I have 5 midterm exams, so 1 for each of them. I have been using this black fine liner a lot, and the ink was starting to run out as I was setting this up. Maybe like not run out, but the ink wasn't as flowy, so that was a bit scary, but I managed to finish filling in all the boxes. Down from each box, I am drawing this long section split into 10 spaces, which is where I'm going to write in the chapters, the study materials for each exam, and if I finish studying that, I can color in that section. I am writing the course code and name in the top section with a white gel pen, and I will write the study materials in the boxes after the video. Moving on to the page on the right now, this is my exam timetable. At first I wanted to do the top row in black, but I was scared that my pen was gonna run out of ink, and I didn't have a spare pen, so I didn't do that and went with colored ones instead. My exams are really well spaced out this semester, so I have only 1 exam per day. I will write the exam I have and the room number and seat number and all that stuff in the colored sections. And the white sections are basically the time I have between exams, so I can write down and plan out the things I want to be studying during that time slot. In the top row, I am just writing the date and the first 3 letters of the days. Here's the final flip through of the spreads I did to start off October, and if you would like to see weekly spreads I will be doing this themed, and I will be posting reels of them on my Instagram, which will be linked down below, and shorts here on my channel. So make sure to subscribe because I would love to see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day or night. Bye!